Oh, wow. Apparently she's back.
Mother's calling me. It's time for me to sleep now. I'm so tired. Thank you for making her feel better.
Alright, we'll take care. And I suppose we gotta go deal with that beacon now.
Oh, this place looks dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you guys show up.
Too. And it's full of vampires?
It's so bright out here. I don't know how
Kill
you
the
stand
vampires.
it.
We have to make them pay.
Of course. But why not let him go in first?
Oh my gosh. They're still debating it?
A new face. Such a welcome sight in dreary old Morthal. Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Thank you. And what is it you do around here?
I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying.
Huh. Maybe I'll do that.
All right, then.
Like I was saying, though, I kind of wanted to go deal with that beacon. So I think we should at least find out where that is. Shouldn't be too far away. Okay, so it's somewhere over by Solitude, which, like we know, we do need to head to pretty soon, or at least nearby. So I think for now we'll head back to Morthal and try and find a carriage, and then we can be on our way. So I kind of wish I would have known this sooner, but by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like Morthal actually has a carriage. So that's kind of a bummer. But at this point, I think I'd have to say that we are close enough to Solitude that maybe we should just walk the rest of the way there. And for all we know, there might be some cool stuff along the way. So hopefully it'll pay off. Okay, so here's that burial ground that we saw the other day while we were up on that mountain. So I'm kind of curious to actually find out what's inside here. Besides what appears to be a few mud crabs.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you. Who's there? That'll teach you.
Oh yeah, and I'd almost forgotten that we had actually found this elven bow somewhere. For the life of me, I can't remember where, but I assume it must have been on some bandit. Or possibly even some of the vampires we found inside Dim Hollow Crypt. Oh, cool. So that helps. Wonder what's inside here, though. Some orcish arrows, a bit of gold, and a few other random bits and bobs. I think that should be all we need, though. I really love how this place is sort of flooded, though. And honestly, this whole area is probably one of my favorites. It also reminds me a little bit of the Riften area over in the sulfur pits. But I don't know, I think at the end of the day I'd have to say that this place is at least a little more appealing than that. Oh, and check this out. It's one more of those standing stones. So maybe it is a really good thing after all that we decided to walk all the way over here. Harvest Death Bell. Oh, the Apprentice Stone. Okay, because I had no clue what that other name was. But it was just to take that plant. This one, however, says that those under the sign of the apprentice recover magicka faster, but are more susceptible to magic damage. So we did not want that. No way. I mean, for one, we hardly use magic as it is. So I'm really not a huge fan of taking more damage from it. But look at this. We're actually closer to Solitude than I thought. And not to mention, it's a pretty nice view from down here too. Man, and a lot of wildlife too. This is really cool. Oh shit. This, on the other hand, is not. Yeah, I don't know what could have happened here. Maybe a bear attack of some sort? Because I highly doubt mud crabs did that. Although there are a few over there, aren't there? Kinda looks like it. Now, isn't there a bridge around here somewhere that we might be able to cross? Because at this point, I really can't remember if there were slaughterfish in these waters or not. I guess we could just swim over to the docks over there. Shouldn't take too long. And apparently those waters were clear. So that's good. Is there any way down though, besides just jumping off? I guess not. And sadly, we can't get through there. But maybe that's a good thing, because I remember there was some sort of secret company over here. So whatever this place was, I guess the company itself isn't that secret, obviously, but I definitely remember something else being over here that technically you weren't supposed to find. At least not till a certain quest.
By the gods, it's true, isn't it? A dragon has attacked Whiterun. How could mere men bring down such a beast?
Well, you're looking at it.
You talk to Egg Brothers. Deja has no words for you.
Alright, so I suppose we ought to just head down, or head up, I should say, and see the rest of the city.
I take care of the horses, and the goats, and the chickens, and the garden.
Oh yeah, speaking of horses, I think we may need one more of those. But, how do you enjoy the farm?
I hate it. Everyone feels sorry for me, so they don't treat me too bad, but...
Sorry for you? Why's that?
Both my parents were in the Legion. There was an ambush. Keller said she'd feed me if I could make myself useful. I take care of the animals, run errands, that kind of thing. I guess it could be worse, but I'm sick of sleeping outside with the horses. I want a real home, real parents, not this.
Oh man. I'm really sorry to hear that. And trust me, I would adopt you, but it turns out we don't have a home either.
Bye.
At this point, I think we've kind of just been on the run this entire time. But eventually, I do want to start the Hearthstone DLC. I'll probably have to do it off camera because I've heard there's quite a bit of building and whatnot. But that being said, it is something that I would eventually like to do.
God might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
And not to mention, we could eventually give those kids a home as well. So I guess that would at least be nice for them. And so far we've found him and also the girl in Whiterun, who are kinda homeless at this point.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like
No. That's not happening, my friend.
From the castle, you used to just be able to see Solitude over the mountains.
Positions.
It's exactly what
Sorry,
I'd
you need to go
imagined.
home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
I almost forgot about this whole thing.
Tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his life. Best you betrayed us.
You're all heart, Vivian.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torrig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom
I'd
of
read
Skyrim
stories about the
and
Solitude
all
windmill,
lords.
but I didn't expect it to be that big.
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Well, I guess that does it then, doesn't it? What the hell is she doing up there, though? Truthfully, though, I've always hated seeing this. I mean, it's a very cool scene, but I remember during my first playthrough, I just tried countless times to save this guy, because I knew whatever they were doing to him just wasn't right. But from what I remember, you can't save this guy, no matter what you try, really. So I think that's one of the main reasons that I never enjoyed it.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
Yeah, I think so too. By the way, did you see the execution?
No, that was an ugly affair. High King Torrig's death has turned the whole town on its head. Between you and me, he wasn't even that good a king. All of those rambling speeches about the Empire this and the Empire that.
And who is he?
Baron's my husband. He works the forge up at Castle Dower. I barely see him nowadays, what with him filling orders for the army.
Oh, I see. Well, if you don't mind, I would love to sell some stuff.
Some might call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
So unfortunately, she didn't have all that much gold. So I wasn't really able to sell too much. But at least we freed up some of our weight.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
You might want to rethink that. You're missing out on some wonderful opportunities working in that bar.
What was that all about?
You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes?
Maybe I am. Depends on what you had in mind, though.
It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us, we're very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Dija and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things.
Okay, I'm listening.
I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude lighthouse will be guiding it in, But if its fire were to go out, the ice runner would run aground.
So let me guess. You want me to put out the lighthouse fire?
What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I'm doing all the work, maybe I deserve all the gold. But if he's the only one who knows where that ship's gonna crash, I guess it is better that we share. But what about the sailors?
Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash.
Alright.
It would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
Yeah, I'd imagine that would be the case. Now, this lighthouse shouldn't be too far away, but I think I'd at least want to turn on this quest. Here we go. Yeah, for some reason, if you press tab and then try to go to the journal, it never seems to work. Oh, and you know what? While we're here, we'll stop by the tavern.
You should see me.
This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love.
Seems there's always more to be done.
You were at the execution, weren't you?
I showed up to watch, yeah. I don't know if they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
That does seem rather harsh, doesn't it?
Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivian. Vivian Onis. I have no idea why, but one day I told Rogvir I liked her. It was a stupid thing to do. He mocked me incessantly after that. From that point forward, every time Vivian and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He beat me up, dumped meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my bed. We were children, sure, but Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly.
Okay, then. I take it you're glad he's dead.
I was done talking anyway.
I can see that. Oh yeah, I was wondering who was singing.
Feel free to make requests.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Any song, really. What about The Dragonborn Comes?
Yes. This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With a voice wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborns come.
Alright, very nice. And before we head on out of here, I think we may want to talk to the innkeeper and then also maybe a few of these other guys sitting around. If they don't mind, that is.
I have no business with you. Leave me.
And apparently he does mind. What about
How
you,
do
sir?
Feel? I think you might be sick.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
why do you call it the Winking Skeever?
Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink.
Really? You kept a skeever as a pet?
They were smaller back then.
I see. Heard any rumors lately?
Varnius Junius stopped by here on his way to court. He was worried about something. I'm sure Falk Firebeard could tell you what.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the drunk we ran into? On the way in?
Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Oh, I will. I think this may be one of my favorite taverns in the game. It's got a very cool atmosphere to it.
Take my advice. Never gamble. Damn Ernskar has me in debt up to the eyes.
Oh, so you owe him, do you?
Too many drinking games, too many bets, and I'm too old to ever raise the coin on my own.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe there's a chance I could help.
He's a stubborn oaf. I don't know what good it'll do. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
Huh. Maybe we'll have to do that.
Ah, yet another new face. I'm from Hammerfell, you see. I can hardly keep track of all the people I've been meeting.
You're a long way from home then, aren't you?
Aye, but I'll be here in Solitude for longer still. Fiata's skill as a Fletcher drew me to this place. I wanted to learn. And there is still much of Skyrim I wish to see. I hear there is a city, Windhelm, that is nearly white with... what do you call it? Oh yeah, snow. And far to the west lies a ruin, Volskag. Inside there's said to be a wall, black as night, and it speaks in the ancient dragon tongue. There are wonders in this place I never dreamed imaginable.
So Hammerfell. I believe that's the home of the Redguards, isn't it? By the way, have you ever been to Helgen?
Where the dragon attacked? We've heard rumors of death and fire from the skies, but no real news.
Well, the rumors are all true. Believe them or not.
Then we should soon be selling arrows by the bushel. A sword is no good against a dragon.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Good to talk to a fellow traveler.
Alright, looks like a few more people we can talk to.
You should probably be in bed. You're looking a bit under the weather.
Oh man, what's wrong with you?
Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. They'll fake it for you if nothing else. If you're looking for truth instead, see Noster. He's a good example of what life has to offer. And if you're just looking to feel good, go get some spiced wine from Yvette. But whatever you do, just leave me alone.
So... Ariurker's your brother then?
Yes, my older brother. And the person you probably want to be speaking to right now. But really, since Torig's death, Falk Firebeard wields the true power of the Jarl's court. My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop.
Okay
We'll
then.
speak again later, if we must.
No, don't worry. I'll stay away from you.
I fight with both blade and spell. You might say I'm equipped to handle nearly any threat. So, shall we talk price?
Another time, perhaps.
If you change your mind, seek me out here. The blade can be as lethal as the spell, but deadlier still is the one who wields both.
So he's a battle mage. But she did say it was getting late, so I think what we'll do is head up and get some sleep, call it a day, and then once it's morning time, we'll head on out of the city and try and get some business done.